Welcome to the December 19, 2016 version of the Zoning Board of Appeals, where we will hear three applications. Appeal 2099, Kenneth Musso, 25 Monty Street. Who's here for that? You are, okay. And I'll be back in a second. Mark Papa, 64 Champlain Street. And WJD Properties, special use permit. We have two Class B variances and a special use permit. We will take them in the order they were given. Kathleen Inslee has a professional relationship with the applicants for Musso. You might as well come up.
Yeah, you want to take them out?
Are you, no, they might, or whoever. Who's doing the application?
It's supposed to be Mr. Musso is supposed to be coming.
I talked to him today. He said he'd be here.
He said he'd be here?
Or are you guys taking his place?
No, they can't, no.
No.
Well, they put their
First of all, we
owners.
don't have an authorization letter.
No.
Well, they're owners now. I mean,
They own it now?
They do.
Oh, well,
But I mean, they weren't really
The
prepared to
applicant.
present.
Yeah, come on up. Come on up.
But he said he would be here.
However, we have.
But they
come on up.
aren't the
It's no big-
applicant.
It's okay.
No.
You can just sit there, right? You're not gonna sit with me. Let me explain to you though that April lives within 500 feet. We have a rule that unless, if we don't have enough people to provide you a full board, which is 5, if you want, she can waive the rule. You can waive the rule that she'll be allowed to vote on your things. You have 5 members voting. The process is that we have a full board is 5 people. You need 3 positive votes to carry an action. It's better normally to have 5 people. You want to waive the rule so that you can have 5 people. That's the question that has her.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, have a seat. Sit right down at
Would
this
you rather?
table.
Should we maybe wait because if Mr.
Well, we'll wait and see if he. I'll give him.
Well,
we give it the meeting starts.
We go out of order.
Ron, they don't have any standing. They aren't the applicant.
They own it.
But they are not the applicant.
Okay, then I guess we'll.
And they don't have a letter. Well, that's up to you,
I guess.
you and Joe.
Yeah, you want to just go to the next one?
I go to the. Okay, I'm sorry. Have a seat. You can go sit down. Then.
Do you want me to go sit down
Yeah.
there and let Kathleen come up here?
You can leave that.
It was
but
on
you-
first, too.
Then we're gonna need you back, and then
Okay.
Kathleen's gonna come up. Sorry for the confusion. It's me. It's
Am I
all
done?
my fault.
Am I here?
You're staying
I'm
here.
Kelly.
Because now we have 5 people, all of whom can vote. Come on up, Mark. Oh,
There he is.
So, that's okay. We'll do
right, come on, Mark.
Come on up. Sure. No, Ken, we're gonna do you. You might as well sit and relax. Hey, Mark.
How are you?
Very good. This is a Class B variance to approve the rear structure too close to property line. And this is 64 Champlain Street. Thing is already built. You know, I'm just going to say 2 out of the 3, well, actually, they're all built, but 2 out of the 3 things are something we don't like, which is something that's built and then. And I
Understandably,
understand.
understandably.
But anyway, and then people come to us and say, can I have the variance now? And I understand how these things happen and stuff happens, but it's just, I mean, we could put this unfortunate position where we're gonna go, yeah, tear it off. Probably not, I mean, frankly. But there are some concerns about the overhang, but anyway, we'll go through it.
Sure.
So this is a variance for, as far as you know, there were no previous variances. Do you know that to be true, Joe?
Yes.
Okay. And what the variance is for, too close to property line into the side yard setback, Joe?
Yes.
And what, can you tell us what the manner of deviation is?
The manner of deviation is that the existing structure was already too close to the property line. So this, the relocation of this sidewall aggravated that non-conforming condition.
And the area itself is an area 3 feet by 19 feet, is that correct? 3 feet
Yes,
by
it
19.
is. Yep.
How far is it on the other side, Joe? It's quite a bit, right? Or not? Is this not the scale, or this is the scale? Is this the scale?
No, it's not to scale.
Because how much room is on the, how much does he have, do you know what the other side is?
Let me take a picture.
Yeah. Do you
Oh,
know?
well, actually, that is the dimensions from the property line, the housing, and then the end of the property line. That far is too.
I'm sorry,
that's-
say it again.
That is the total frontage from property line to
49.5.
primary line, yeah. But I'm not sure of the total width of
You have
the
that
house
picture?
itself.
The picture's up. Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, is he deficient, was the house always deficient on both side yards, or just this one? That's my question.
The satellite imaging photograph shows
Yes.
a little bit better.
The width of the house, the existing house is 35 feet. And the entire lot is 49 and a half feet.
So it was deficient both.
So it was deficient on both sides.
So let me just get that straight then. So it's, the width of the house is 30 feet,
35.
35 in the front? In other words, with the widest point, right? Not in the back where you added the addition?
The widest point of the house.
Right, so there's 5 and 30, so then this is 9.5 feet. So the house already has a 14.5 foot total, correct?
Yes.
When 24 point something is required, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So it was deficient already in the side yard setback to start with. I mean, that's grandfathered in. That's not our, the other side's not actually our concern. It's the activation of the 5 foot side. And you started building it, and then when did you realize that you had a problem?
We started just trying to remodel the kitchen for my mother, and as the work progressed and we took the inside and the flooring off, which was all rotted, the inspector came, the second time he came, we both were under the impression there were no walls supporting the second floor. It was all bloom construction, it was all destroyed, the foundation was crumbled, it was all unbuildable, so we tried to scale on the other side of that where, like I said in the satellite photo, we tried to build as close as we could to the rubble wall that was there.
So, okay, so, and I wanted to make sure I understood this right in the letter. The foundation of the main house was originally thought to be within 1 foot of the property line? Are you saying back when you did that addition, did the house jut over there or something? Or was there a foundation you took out that was 1 foot from the property line?
No.
Okay, then I didn't understand that.
This satellite image where they're showing this dividing line, this property line, we tried to look for the set pin, but there was new construction work done there in the sidewalks. I know it was back there. It's probably like 2 feet or so off the house line. So when we're talking about
But
this,
did you move it back closer to the house line? That's
this,
what I'm trying to-
see this line right here, the original house?
Yeah,
That part, we just see where the little indent goes in here.
Yeah.
It's about a 3 foot, that's where that wall was built. We built on this side, creating the back part to become even with the rest of the
no, I
house.
understand that, but was
Okay.
there a foundation there that you took out?
No, we didn't take out, we built on the opposite side of it. It was we couldn't remove it. It was a rubble, quarry stone with rubble fill foundation. There was no way to take it out. We built
I know,
over it.
where was that foundation?
That foundation was, if you see on the satellite, it's right here.
Okay,
Okay, we built on this side of it, the new wall.
I see.
So it's underneath the,
right, it's within.
it's in the house now.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I didn't understand.
yeah, it's inside the house.
And Are you pretty convinced that it's 5 feet, that the 5 feet is accurate? And where did you get the property line? Do you know where the property line is roughly?
Roughly when I originally, when this originally was done, the pin was here. My mother, the house next to this had to ask for approval to park in that because there's not enough room in that that driveway. So she let them park there, and eventually they just became parking in that short part. So I know it was 5 feet off the house, was what my mother said, which was in, I think is in, I didn't get a copy of the original.
But that's where the 5 feet.
Yeah, that's where I originally got the 5 feet from the original.
It looks to me, is this house is skewed to the property line, correct, Joe?
I'm sorry, say again?
Is this house skewed to the property line, or is that just the way those lines are?
That's just the way those lines are. Those red lines on there are absolutely not indicative of.
No.
Well, I'm going to open it to the board for any questions.
I guess my question is, how much are you adding towards your property line from what it was?
It's 3 feet by the additional width going here. Again, if you look at the satellite photograph, this we didn't go any longer into the backyard. Maybe another foot to build in there, 2 feet. So we came out just roughly in here. So we really didn't really add anything. I mean, maybe 3 feet in length here.
Okay.
If you're understanding that.
From the assessor's office, so it showed a 2-foot jog there, and another 1 foot there, so
Okay.
2 feet for that first 12 feet, and then an extra foot for that last 8.
That last part, okay.
The bare minimum, we needed to get a new foundation wall in there to support the new construction.
Oh, okay, so there are 3.
And it's even with the existing.
It's actually back a little bit still, it's a little bump
It's
back.
still
like
a little back.
About 6 inches or
Right,
so.
it's
But
less, it's not out past it.
right, absolutely not. It was as close as we could get to that.
I'm going to open this to the audience. Does anybody in the audience have questions about 64 Champlain Street? Comments? No? Close the public hearing portion. Do we have any correspondence?
Not a bit.
Do we have other questions?
Well, I had a question about drainage, in that you have a shed roof.
We're
The whole
gonna
addition is going,
we put gutter systems on it. I got a drainage tube in the back. We're gonna gutter this whole side of this, which was never guttered before. And we're gonna drain it back in the back of the property.
okay.
Does anybody have any other questions? If not, I'd like to do the seeker. Short form seeker. Although we use this strictly as a reference, we also still prove it. And again, let's take a look at it. He's got urban. It requires a building permit. Number 2.
Number 3 should be completed.
What's that?
Number 3 is blank.
Yeah, do you know how, it's less than 1 acre, right?
Yes.
What's that? And variance, yeah, I was getting that. And variance. Right? Number 5, it is not permitted, it is not consistent with the plan. Does anybody else have anything on the seeker? not, I'm looking for a motion regarding our ability to check no or small impact and my ability to check that same box for the last part of it.
I'll make a motion that, based on the answers to part 1 of the short environmental assessment form, that under part 2, we check no or small impact for 1 through 11, and authorize the chair to check the second box on the last page, that this will not result in any significant adverse environmental impact.
Okay, all in favor?
About a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Second.
Second. Connie did? Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so that's the secret. If nobody has any other questions, I'm looking for a motion regarding this.
Should be noted also that this does contribute to coverage and open space deficiencies, all covered under the same area variance.
Oh, it does?
They're minor. They already had a pre-existing condition. Coverage was 39.4%. It goes to 40.4%.
Okay, so 1%.
Open space was 47.3%, and it's reduced to 46.2%.
Any
Now,
questions?
is that purely because of that one foundation wall and expanding out there, or?
Yes, that's.
Okay,
yes.
there was no other expansion?
Right.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking for a motion that would include all the area variance portions.
Yeah.
All right. I make a motion that we allow for a 3-foot by 19-foot foundation line as shown by the applicant's map that gives it a 46.2% allowance for open space and 40.4% for covered space.
Second by Kathleen. This is appeal number 2100. My yes vote is to approve. And we have a unanimous 5 yes votes. You're all set. The building inspector make sure that he approves your gutter system and water and all that stuff.
Okay, thank you guys. Have a good
Thank you very
evening.
much. Thanks for having fun and participating in the process with us. Can we have these? Those are hers. Okay, we're going to go back to Mr. Musso. Hi, Ken. Come on up. And Ken, we have 6 board members. However, Kathleen Ensley has to recuse herself. April Casper would have to recuse herself because she owns property within 500 feet. You can ask us to waive that rule so you can have a full board voting, and then she's allowed to vote. Do you want her to be able to vote, or do you want to have 4?
Sure.
Okay, so you want us to waive the rule?
Yeah.
Duly noted, correct? Okay, so we have 5 people voting on this. And we have 25 Monty Street, 4-inch side yard encroachment, based on surveyor's opinion. It's probably right, Ken.
I don't disagree that it's probably correct.
I like the opinion. It's okay. The math is such that, from what was explained to us downstairs, it's actually about 4.8 inches. You are 6 point whatever on the one side that you need, but you're short on the other side in the back. Or no, the average of the two, correct, Joe?
That's right.
Right. Because there's a difference in how the proximity to the line, we average that. You take the 7.7 and the 10.1. It averages what, Joe?
8.9.
8.9, and you're required to have
9.3.
9 point.
Or 9.3, yeah.
So, it just, did it get laid out wrong, or just, what happened?
You know,
I mean, I'm just curious how, don't know.
we set up our batter boards, we plumbed down to the stakes, we had the surveyors stake it out, and they have a little nail on top of a 2x2 stake, and we did the best we could to plumb down. That's, by the way, I might, that's just the second floor that encroaches.
Yeah, right,
The
right.
the first floor is within its
Yeah,
range.
right.
We were, I'm not sure how to defend it, to be honest with you, these
Yeah,
things
it
happen.
happens, right.
But I do have a copy of the tax map, it says 33 by 115, that's why I put opinion.
Right.
And I even pulled the deed that the city conveyed to me, it says refer to Schedule A. Schedule A refers to a tax parcel.
Right, but
So-
I think we're using the 33, aren't we, Joe?
33 in the front,
And 28.99 in the back.
29, I think you call it, the back, right? So that was the average of the two, and that's how you get the, what setback is required, right?
Yeah,
So, I mean, that.
but I can't,
As I said downstairs,
I can't,
what are we gonna do?
we did the best we could with our layout, but apparently we had a hiccup, I don't,
I'm going to open it to the board for any questions regarding this. I mean, if this, honestly, if you had built this and it was 3 feet over, then we'd be sitting talking and saying, what are we going to do about this, right? But it's, I mean, it's, to me anyway, it's a pretty minor thing. And especially because it's not actually footprint, it's the second floor.
it's on the second floor.
I don't see as it's changed.
And we did the best we did the best we could. We didn't do our own layout. The surveyors actually staked it out.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's obviously not intentional. We did the best we could to position it appropriately, but
I'm
especially
sure,
when
you
you're
know,
dealing
built a lot of stuff, I
with
don't-
such a narrow lot,
Yeah.
we tried to use the max buildable area, obviously.
I've always said, that you do those little houses over in the fourth ward, I think it's a wonderful thing. No, I mean, I'm not being,
Yeah, no,
you know,
I-
so it's hard, that stuff happens, especially these little lots, so.
We were able-
Anyway, I'm opening it to the board, does anybody have any questions about this? At all? Okay, does anybody in the audience have a comment regarding this? Yes?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we've obviously, I'm Autumn Bennett, I'm one of the owners of the property, with my husband Bob Bennett. We've already moved in,
Yeah.
and are living in the property now.
Geez, you're gonna have to move out while he tears that wall off, I guess. Anyway, you know, again, sometimes, you know, sometimes people come to us and they've made mistakes because they just ignored it. Sometimes people build stuff knowing there's a rule and don't do, and sometimes people just don't, you know, it's one thing if you don't know and you build the fence too close or you build the thing way too close. It's another one, I mean, kind of obviously knows how to build houses and keep them within proper, you know, setbacks, so people make mistakes, it happens, so.
It's,
Anybody else in the audience have a comment regarding this? No? All right, I'm closing the public hearing portion. Does anybody have any questions?
Did we hear any neighbors' comments?
No?
Nothing?
Nothing from the county either, right? Okay. I'd like, if nobody has any other questions, I'd like to do the seeker. Again, same short form seeker.
Well,
It is, actually, number 5 is incorrect, it is no, it's not permitted under zoning, and it's not part of the master plan. I mean, it's okay, but that is incorrect, number 5.
number 12.
And is there a pedestrian accommodation for
The
bicycles?
proposed action, it does, number 2, it needs a building permit, whether you've got one or not, and a variance. Right? And number 14 should be urban or suburban or both.
Number 12?
It's not historic. Oh, is it archaeological? No, B, 12B, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess my question would be that does anybody want to make a motion regarding questions 1 through 11 about no or small impact and my ability to sign this secret?
I'll make a motion based on review of the short environmental assessment form, part 1. The answers that we all agree to, that part 2, questions 1 through 11 be checked no or small impact may occur, and consequently authorize the chairman to check that we have determined that the proposed action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts.
Okay. Second is by Kathy. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all done. Now, does anybody want to make a motion regarding the 4, and I'd rather change it to 4.8 inch
Yeah.
variance?
I'll make a motion in regards to Appeal 2099 for Kenneth Musso in regards to 2025 Monty Street. The request for a 4.8-inch side yard encroachment into the required setback as outlined on the plan that's part of the package.
I'll second.
Seconded by
I'll second.
Kathy.
A yes vote is to approve.
Yes, and this one is to approve. And we have 5 yes votes. You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, this is so much nicer with the screen in the way.
Yeah,
Everyone can see it.
Yeah.
Great improvement.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're all set. Thank you.
It's streaming live too, Ken, by the way.
It is streaming, yeah, it's streaming live. It is. Matter of fact, we're on YouTube right now.
Be nice to know.
You can watch it.
And just a minute, yeah, we're gonna do campaign and that'll be that. Is that okay? Okay. The final one is WJB Properties, 29 Broad Street, regarding 1 Oak Street.
How are you?
How we doing?
Good.
Is it the application as
We have 5 board members. We're all allowed to vote on their thing. This is, just to be clear, this is a special use permit. It's a matter of right. Unless somebody can demonstrate that the use, it would severely impact the neighborhood. It's a matter of right. It's not a variance. It's a special use permit. It's an allowed use within the neighborhood. So we have an application for a special use permit to allow future tenants to operate a tailor and alteration shop. The zoning district is RH. The section appeal is 270-40B, change to another non-conforming use, Article 7, which has to do with, correct me if I'm wrong, but going from less to more conforming uses, is that correct?
Yes.
So because this use is is more conforming than previous uses and allowed, that's why it's allowed to be a special use permit. That's a determination of the building inspector, which is why you fill out this application. It is a matter of right. The only difference is that we have a long form seeker because it's a special use permit that requires that, and we'll go through that extensively. We are bound to do that and determine everything. And then we can vote on it. I'm going to first ask the board to any questions regarding the application.
Well, can we first find out who we have in front of us?
Oh, I know them, that's why.
I realize that, but you have a very
Go
bad...
ahead, give your name
Thank you.
to Denise.
Name?
Michael Bennett and Brian Bennett.
Oh, I know Brian.
Okay. I'm
This is
the
my younger brother.
Younger brother, Michael.
Yeah, but not everybody at the board knows them, so
No,
Yeah.
that's-
they know their father.
And I
but-
supposed to switch on to the tailor shop.
Oh, okay.
All right, so do we have questions regarding the special use permit? It's a matter of right. It's a use for John McKenna's old office. It just was a political office, somebody's office.
It was. Yep.
But, Joe, we don't have any parking issues or anything, correct? Because it's pre-existing?
Right, it's the same deficiency as what was there before.
Right. Okay.
Is it the, just the first floor that's going to be used as?
Correct. Yep. The portion of the building that you see is 2 stories is the space. It's roughly 1,000 square feet.
And that upstairs is
In
residential?
an apartment, and that's the first door you see on the left, and then there's another apartment in the back behind the fence gate.
Any other questions from the board? I'm going to open this up. Anybody in the audience, comments?
I just have a question. I don't have any opposition to this.
Right,
I think
okay.
it would be a good fit. But how many, I'm just curious, how many tenants you have upstairs and like in the residential part for the parking? Because
The downstairs back apartment is rented to a gentleman and his 2 daughters who go to the middle school. He does not own a car. The gentleman that is upstairs does own a vehicle. His girlfriend is a grad student at Plattsburgh State. He works for TSA. If parking is an issue, I have a letter from the pastor of St. John's Church indicating that we can use the adjacent parking space if necessary.
Well, it's not an issue because it's a pre-existing, non-conforming.
And just in case I brought a letter,
I
so.
mean, it's been like that for, when John was there, I mean, I used to go to that office all the time. When John was there, it was the same thing. There were tenants and, so it's been around. Okay. Any other
So
comments
3
from the
Oak
audience?
Street is owned by the church?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the parking to the right of the building, is that one?
That's
by
St.
you?
John's.
It is St.
It's the
John's.
church. Yep.
So the one to the left is actually that driveway that's your
Correct.
parking?
Yes.
That's what I was just curious about. And then since it's a special use, if they leave, then it'll go back to residential or to whatever it was
Well,
before?
there's a special, they're getting a special use permit for that type of use. Actually, if let's say that there starts to be a tailor shop, if somebody else comes in and operates a tailor shop, it's fine. If it's if somebody comes in and wants to operate a different business, you determine whether it's the same conformance, more conforming or less conforming, correct?
That's right.
If it was more, if it's less conforming, more non-conforming, it would be a use variance, definitely, right?
That's right.
Right. No, those were,
Right,
I just
yeah.
wanted to clarify.
Okay. Any other questions, any other comments? April? Okay. I have closed the public hearing portion. We know it's a matter of right, we know what we're gonna do, but let's do the seeker,
Why was the county involved? Curious.
because it's special use.
Oh, okay.
Because the county building was 500 feet.
What's
That
that?
sounds better.
Social services.
Oh,
Okay.
so is that why it is?
Yes, sir.
500, social services is 500?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's only a block away.
That's county?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
right next to the Criff's Furniture.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's
right,
county
right,
building.
right.
Okay.
I keep forgetting that. Okay. 1 Oak Street, we have an address, we're gonna go to the next one. I'm gonna put no on the ones that you didn't check, yes. And city, town, or village zoning board, yes, and other building permit, no. Coastal resources. Are we within that project, coastal area? Joe?
I'm sorry, which number?
J, BJ. Is the project site within the coastal area or the waterfront area of a designated inland waterway?
I don't believe so.
Okay, then we'll change that to no. And it's not a local revitalized or coastal housing, so all of or J, I said I'm J, but I guess it's I. All the coastal resources is no. The answer to C2A is yes. And it does include recommendations for that site. It's RH. It is permitted by a special permit. No change. I'm just looking down through, as people get to any of the numbers that they have a question about, they can make sure I looked at this before. You're not really remodeling or anything, but.
Nope.
I think it's a great spot, by the way, to build.
We need one. Do you have one already?
Yes. 28 over. We better for my mom so she doesn't have to stop up all the time.
You do women's clothes? You do women's clothes?
They do have
Well,
Customers right now.
I've done their
I've got about 3 or 4. I've got a little pile. Wait, well, I don't sew. I don't do any of that. I can't even do a button, okay, so.
Could you bring it a little closer, Joe?
Any closer to you in favor of privacy?
Yeah, I have to do that.
You're not open Saturday? It's got 9 to 5, I just want to,
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
I'm going to put down 9 to 5 on Saturday on the application, just in case he wants to be open Saturday.
Are we,
You're not going to be open Sunday, probably?
No Sunday.
Okay. But I think we should change that just in case.
we don't have any power over the hours.
Hmm?
We don't have any power over the hours.
Yep. No, it's.
No, but
It's in the
just,
application. The application said 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Well, I filled out the application, so
Right.
that's why.
Well, you were wrong.
Yes, I was.
No, that's gonna say that.
Oh, other educational,
Where are you?
on E1,
What page?
on page 9. You got a school nearby.
What's he talking about? What's he talking about? You've got it. Everybody doing it. You guys put all that in there, man.
Squirrels and birds, I think. I don't have any issues with the secret. This one is not me signing, oddly enough. This is us finding, a motion to find no adverse environmental impact.
on page 12 of 13, E3C,
12 of 13, what is it?
E3C.
it's a registered national natural landmark. St. John's Church is not a natural landmark.
Okay, so we don't know. Thank you. Do I have a motion regarding the secret?
Connie? Connie's doing.
Connie?
I make a motion that we find no adverse environmental impact on the Longport secret.
Seconded by Scott.
I'll make the last official.
And now, I'm looking, so that is the secret.
All in favor?
Aye.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
We'll discuss that. Okay, and now, I'm looking for a motion from Kathy regarding appeal number 2101.
As my last official motion
Yeah.
for appeal number 2101 to RJB Properties at 1 Oak Street for a special use permit. for a request to allow a future tenant to operate a tailor and alteration shop. I move to accept.
Seconded by Scott. So a yes vote is to approve the special use permit. And you're all set? You have a special use permit?
That's it.
Thank you for participating.
You made my mother very happy over
You're all set?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas.
Okay.
See you later. She didn't stay very long. I'm not sure what she.
Wow, 7:43, all right.
Okay. Let's see, we have some business to take care of.
Thank you.
Is this mine?
Thank you.
That's yours.
Okay, let's start with,
Ron, where's your application? Oh,
the main.
Who gets these?
Is that it, or no, is that yours?
where's your, could you,
No, that's it. Give that to her. Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. I didn't sign it anyway. All right, so we have the September meeting minutes. Betty Josh, Dana Welch, Scott Miller, David Bricali, and that brings us to some other business after, but did anybody have any questions about the minutes? And who can vote on it?
There is just you,
Ron,
me, and
Scott,
April.
April. I didn't have any, did you, Scott?
I'll make a motion that we approve the September 19th meeting minutes as written.
Okay, seconded by April, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now, let's talk about Dave Bricali. We want him to come back, and we talked downstairs about voting to have the building inspector send a letter to Mr. Bricali saying that if he doesn't appear with the required information at the January meeting, that we would assume that the application should be denied. Is that correct?
Application should be what, Ron?
Denied.
Denied?
Denied.
Okay.
And as background to that, he was given a 60-day from the September 19th meeting, 60-day postponement on our behalf, and that 60 days is long gone.
And I think we want that language in there too. You know,
Should it list what the consequences may be?
well, the consequences are
I guess
that,
it's pretty obvious, maybe.
but we'll have no choice to vote. I guess we would say that the letter should state that he was given a 60-day, which would have, postponement, which would have been November. We've not heard from him since then, and if that's all the information we have for the application.
We'll make the assumption that he is going to be in compliance.
Right, that we're not going to, yeah.
Bring it into
Ron.
compliance.
Yeah.
For the record, we have heard from him. The board hasn't, right? But he has contacted our office, like I mentioned at the meeting, and asked for us to help provide him with a list of surveyors.
Which
When-
I did,
which we
When
did.
was that done? Ballpark?
over a month ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So more than enough time to get
Well,
that.
whatever you
survey
think
for-
we're allowed to say, the point is that he didn't come back.
He said he was having trouble finding
Well,
surveyors.
you mean a less expensive?
And if I may, can I say something, Joe?
Yeah.
I have a little list, but I got the list, the rest of the list I sent him right out of the big thick phone book. I mean, they're right in there,
Yeah.
so,
Oh, there's plenty of surveyors around, people just don't want it, they go $3,000
Expensive.
or whatever it is, that's what the problem is, they don't want to spend the money. And some of them are pretty busy, but,
yeah.
but anyway, do we want to authorize the building inspector? I'm looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we authorize the building inspector to send that letter to David Bricali as we spoke. stating that he is not, his postponement is up, and that he has not presented to the board any further information on the variance itself.
Well, should we give him a chance to give, like, if he has a surveyor for a date, inform the board or the office of the date?
Well, yeah, okay, and include that he address the January board, otherwise we would consider this the variance is not granted.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Kathleen Inslee, all in favor?
Aye.
Because Mrs. Requena did come see me a week ago, and she does keep popping in asking me, I haven't got a card, and I said no, because he's not been back on the agenda.
Yeah, well,
When he does,
he's either gonna
we
be on
will
Jan-
make sure you're notified.
He's gonna be on, January's. I guess that's another way to look at it, is that because, and I'm not to change the motion necessarily, but one way to look at this is to say, we gave you a 60-day postponement. We're putting him on the January agenda. If we have no further information, by then we will be forced to vote on the information we have.
Actually, does it really matter that we even vote on it? If he doesn't have the variance, then the building inspector can address it as a non-conforming without variance.
Right.
We don't have to take an affirmative action, do we?
Belmont.
I don't know, do we, Joe? Oh, good. Wait, you know how to.
I was gonna say, do we, Kathleen?
Okay.
I'm sorry, did I surprise you with that? Good.
My original.
Okay,
Yeah.
any other business?
Oh, yeah, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Yes. Seconded by,
Can I amend the motion
yeah,
to Iris's?
okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Second,
That's it.
Kathleen.
Sure, me.
what time is it? Joe, can we get?
That was your